Hi guys and welcome. These are your handover videos for your Swift Major 4 SB. This one's a freestyle. Starting off at the front, got your hitch head here with black lever. Have to have your black lever pulled up and then you can lower your jockey wheel onto the tow ball, which will then shoot the black lever down, exposing a green ring pushing up that red button. Got a handbrake just here. And you've got 13 pin electrics, so if you do have 7 pin electrics you'll have to get yourself an adapter, and then you've got your jockey wheel. We're using our test equipment today, so I've got a propane gas bottle here. Now you can use butane if that's what you do prefer. I've got an in-date gas hose connected onto here, and then connection point is just at the top there. You can hand tighten that to an extent and then just finish off using a spanner. Once both sides are firmly connected, twist your gas bottle in the open or positive direction. 2 points at the back and 2 points at the side, you have inserts for your legs. Now the Caravan itself comes with a leg winder, or you can get yourself a 19mm drill bit and a power drill to just shoot them down a bit quicker. Now you need to level first using the jockey wheel and then put down your stabilizers. Do not attempt to jack up or level the Caravan using your legs. Now, as I said, we are using our test equipment today, so you can see I've got a mains lead here. First up, you've got your flue. Your flue is used to get clean air in and out of your boiler. Don't have to do anything with this except make sure it's nice and clean. Just next to it, you have your insert for your water pump. Your water pump connects into this part here by just pressing it in, and then you release it using the trigger system. I'll show you that inside the Caravan. Main thing to note, make sure your strainer sits at the bottom of the barrel. Then just here, you've got your battery locker. That's where your battery would sit. If you're connecting it, you need your battery for 12-volt lighting and your motor mover, which in this case, this one does have a mover fitted. And then you've got your mains lead. Mains lead plugs into here, and then you have a little bit of a cutout to allow you to loop the mains lead around to lock it up. As I said, motor mover will go over on collection. Then just here, you have 2 inserts. That is where your wastewater from both your sink and your shower will come out of. You'll need some 28.5mm waste pipe to feed into a waste master. Then at the end here, you have your points for your toilet capacity. This one here is your cassette toilet. To remove it, press up on this orange handle and pull out just like so. You can also extend this out into a little bit of a suitcase by just pressing that up. When you get to your emptying point on site, twist that head to the side. What you need to do is tilt, and at the same time as tilting, continually press the vent button. What I'd recommend you do afterwards is tilt that to the side, open that up there, swill in some fresh water, shut it up, shut that back, and again, bit of a shake, tilt and vent. On your cap here you have measurements in both imperial and metric, and that is for your blue chemical. Blue chemical goes back onto here, twist the head to the side, pick it up and put it back so that this orange handle sits behind these white teeth. And then above you have your flush capacity. Get yourself a watering can or something like that to feed it into here. This can hold 12 litres, but I'd recommend putting in about 10 if you want the maximum. You can also add a little bit of pink chemical, which works as a bleach without being corrosive. Now you don't want to travel with either of these two full, so just up above here you have this little black lead. Open that up, drains off the remaining water inside the flush. Then underneath your right hand side seat you have your boiler. Just underneath here, if you ever need to do any resets, you have these blue leads leading to this yellow switch valve. Switch valve's in the upright position, which is the drain position. If you want water to flow through, flick it over horizontal. Anytime you leave site, just give the Caravan a quick drain off. Then just here, underneath here, you've got your battery charger. Then on the top, you've got all your fuses and trips. All your trips in the upright position, all your fuses in the correct position as well. Charger and heating and hot water, both ignited as well, both meaning that they're working. And then you have a system shutdown button. Press in that, nothing inside the Caravan works. You do have some additional information on both your trips and fuses on that board just there. Then just here you've got your Swift command board. You can turn this on using this button here, just press and hold in and it will allow you to use it. Now on this panel here you have a few bits at the top telling you the internal and external temperature, the date, the time and the leisure battery voltage. Now I've quickly put on a leisure battery as you do need one for this screen as like a backup almost. So when you bring your caravan we will swap it over. First up you've got your pump button, press that in, comes up with a blue border around it. Now as we're not plugged in, what I'm going to show you is what you would do. So you press that button and get the border come around, make sure that your valve's in the correct position and your water pump is plugged in. Come over to your tap, open up on both cold and hot, and you'd let it run for about 30 seconds or until you've got a nice steady continuous stream. Once you've got that stream, that's all good. If it's a case you get some coughs and splutters, go outside and check this, your water pump. Water pump goes in by just inserting it in, can't be removed unless you press in that trigger and pull it out. You've got a plastic cap here to go over the top of the Acrol, make sure no nastiness gets in. Then you have your strainer at the bottom. Strainer has to sit at the bottom of the barrel as otherwise it will just gasp air through and you may see coughs and splutters. Now you can see they do have a little bit of a tendency to curl up, so what you'll need to do is you can either straighten it out every time before use, or you can get yourself some PVC tubing, put it around the bottom to ensure that it's always going to be straight. Next up, you've got your awning light. Press that in, yellow barrier, and you can see awning light comes on. Then you've got lighting. So lighting, you've got off and on. Dimmer 2 is for your front, and dimmer 1 is for your back lighting. Then you can dim the light using this here. Not sure how well this is going to show up on video, but you can see they do gradually get a bit dimmer. Goes up to 100 and starts at 5. So press that in, there you go, 95, 100. Then press in on the middle and it will turn it off. Next you've got power. This shows the amount of power coming in. So 13.3 volts coming in from the leisure battery, bit coming in from the solar and nothing from vehicle as we're not plugged in. Then you can set an AC current as well and set what limit you'd like that to have. Now with this panel you've got heating and you've also got fridge. I'd recommend that you actually use the heating panel itself or the fridge itself to use it, but just to show you, you go onto here and it just allows you to set a manual timer or use the Swift Command app. Choose what energy source you'd like to use, so either a mixture of gas and mains, 2 kilowatts of gas, 2 kilowatts of mains and gas. Press that in again. 1 kilowatt of mains, 2 kilowatt of mains, or strictly gas. Then you've got manual, timer or app, and you set the temperature using this here. But as I said, I'd rather that you use that. You can see that when you use it, it does transfer over onto that, but what's the point of having this here if you're not going to use it? And then you've got water at the bottom. I'll give a bit more in depth on this one here. Then you've got some additional settings that allows you to set the time, the date, screen brightness, screen timeout, and pair some Bluetooth device and have the button beep when you press it. So now that I've set the beep, you can hear a gradual little beep. Then you've got radio. So choose what mode you want. So you can either have FM, DAB, aux, which you connect through that panel just here, or off. Now you can also connect via Bluetooth as well and play your music off there. And then you just tune and scan using this, similar to a normal radio. And then you do have fridge operations. So You can see at the bottom, you've got a few different operations. It's the same as the actual fridge panel, and I'll show you what it is on the fridge panel. You just choose the settings, same thing on here. It's very easily transferable. Then you've got your Truma panel. So this is for your heating and hot water that was just appearing on there. You've got a dial, which allows you to select bits. Got a back button, and then you've got a button here to press in. So first up, motorhome with the thermometer in is for the internal temperature of the caravan that you desire. To select it, you press in on the dial. Whatever you select is the temperature the caravan will get to. So starts at 5, goes up by 1 each time, or you can just have it off. Next, you've got your water temperature. Now this button is a little stiff, so you can either have off, eco, which will get the water temperature to 40 degrees, hot, which will get it to 60, or boost. Boost will prioritize the water temperature over the heating to allow you to essentially use like a hot shower in the morning. Then you've got your energy source, so you can either have strictly gas, mixture gas and 1 kilowatt, mixture gas and 2 kilowatt, strictly electric with 1 or 2 kilowatts. So you do have the choice for a few different bits, depends on your circumstance. Then you've got this fan icon here, so press in on that and it comes to this vent. What vent does is circulate the air in the caravan around the caravan. So if you have a lovely day like today, you can use that vent after opening up all the windows and push around that nice fresh air. Then you've got this timer here, which allows you to set when you'd like the caravan heating and hot water to come on and when you'd like it to stop. You just set in the first time to start, second time to end. Then you've got the actual time, so it's not 9 minutes past midnight. It will just reset itself every time the caravan's completely turned off. Then lastly, you've got some additional settings. So you've got offset, temp, brightness, 12 or 24 hour clock, language, index or reset. I'm not going to go through the settings as this is essentially showing the basics of how to use it. So just a quick run through: internal temperature, water temperature, energy source, a ventilation system, timer, time and settings. Then to turn this off, press and hold in on the middle dial and it will come up with off. Then you've got your fridge operation here. So turn it off using this grey button just here. You press and hold on the middle. You've got 4 different choices for source. You've got car battery, gas, mains or auto. You change the source using this button here. So I press it once and it goes over to auto. That will automatically choose what source the fridge thinks is best to use. Now to change it over again, you just press that button. When you go over to car battery and it's not plugged in, it's not going to work. For gas, when you change it over, you'll gradually hear it begin to tick in. Then once it's finished ticking, that means that it's lit. Then you can change the amount of power coming into the fridge using this button here. So you can either have 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. 5 being the most powerful, so it's going to chill it the quickest. Simple as that. When it's on, button inside. So summary, that changes the source, that changes the amount of power, car battery, gas, mains or auto. Turn this off, no more buttons. Now toilet operation is bog simple. Press this button in here and that pushes the motor that would push out any water inside the system. Then when you want to release your waste, come down here, press away, opens up the catch to the cassette toilet, shut it back and shuts it up. When the cassette toilet is full, there'll be a red button that comes up there telling you to empty it.